Welcome to MainDeck Masters. I'm your host Marshall, and today we have a best of 3 match with Jacob on the left playing Purple Nemesis, and David on the right playing White Ramp. David is on the play, he plays a Hollow Beast Glass Bear and passes turn. Jacob plays a Dark Lancer Cavalier, drawing a card off its effect. He sets a card in the burst zone and passes turn. David adds 2 cores to Glass Bear, making it level 2. He sets a card in the burst zone and passes turn. Jacob plays a Dragon Naga Assassin at level 3, swapping the soul core onto it. He enters combat and attacks with Assassin. Drawing off its effect, David blocks with Glass Bear, placing a core from the void onto it from its effect. Both spirits are destroyed. Jacob attacks with Cavalier. David takes the damage, going to 4. Jacob passes turn. David plays another Hollow Beast Glass Bear at level 2 and passes back. Jacob plays a Magic Swordsman Dragon Naga, paying the soul core and allowing him to draw a card. He then plays another Cavalier, drawing another card, and then passes turn. David plays an Axe Biter at level 2. He enters combat and attacks with Axe Biter. Jacob takes the damage, going to 4. David passes turn. Jacob plays a Dark Knight Aglavale, placing the soul core onto it. He then plays a Beldegor of Dark World 7. He sets one of his Cavaliers to level 2. He enters combat and attacks with the level 2 Cavalier. David blocks with Glass Bear, placing a core onto it from the void. Both spirits are destroyed. Jacob attacks with Beldegor. David takes the damage and flips Ice Shield, recovering 1 and ending the turn. David places a card into the burst zone. He plays a third Hollow Beast Glass Bear at level 2 and passes. Jacob casts Deadly Balance. David destroys his Glass Bear and Jacob destroys his Aglavale. Drawing a card from Aglavale, he plays 2 Camelot Knights, one having a soul core giving it Curse. He sets the Curse Camelot to level 2, as well as Magic Swordsman. He enters combat, attacks with Magic Swordsman. David takes it, going to 3. Jacob attacks with Beldegor. David takes it, going to 2. Jacob attacks with the level 1 Camelot Knight. David blocks with Axe Biter, destroying Camelot. Jacob attacks with the other Camelot Knight. David takes it, going to 1. Jacob attacks with Cavalier. David flashes Dream Bomb, bouncing Cavalier. Jacob passes turn. David plays a Geygarmr. He then plays a Buffalong Bill at level 2. He adds a core to Geygarmr, making it level 2. He passes turn. Jacob casts Core Theft, discarding a Beldegor and a Curse Dragon to remove 2 cores from Buffalong, destroying it. He sets Beldegor to level 2. He enters combat and attacks with Magic Swordsman. David blocks with Geygarmr, bouncing Camelot Knight. Magic Swordsman is destroyed. A bit of a misplay on Jacob's part. He ends here and passes turn. David sets Geygarmr to level 3. He plays a Head Snow Librarian Saga at level 3. He enters combat and attacks with Librarian, refreshing the soul core and gaining 3000 power. Jacob takes the damage, going to 3. David passes the turn. Jacob plays Camelot Knight. He plays Grand Underworld Trio Queen Maduke at level 2. He rearranges his cores to give Camelot the soul core and curse, and sets Maduke to level 3, destroying Beldegor to do so. He enters combat and attacks with Camelot Knight. Blood Curse is active. David blocks with Axe Biter and flashes a Dream Bomb, bouncing Maduke. Camelot Knight is destroyed. Jacob passes the turn. David plays a Frost Tree Goddess Ear, placing a core from the void onto Buffalong due to its effect. He enters combat and attacks with Librarian, refreshing a core. Jacob flashes Burning Force, destroying Librarian and Frost Tree Goddess. David passes the turn. Jacob plays Maduke at level 3 and passes turn. David plays a Librarian at level 3. He then takes it to level 1 and places all his cores onto Buffalong so Jacob can't core theft it. He enters combat and attacks with Librarian, refreshing the soul core and gaining 3000 DP. Jacob takes the damage, going to 2. David passes the turn. Jacob plays Dark Lancer Cavalier and draws a card. David flips Starblessed Draw, paying the cost to draw 4 cards. Jacob plays a Camelot Knight at level 2 with a Soul Core on it, giving it Curse. He then plays a Netherworld Depths. He enters combat and attacks with Camelot Knight. Blood Curse is active. David then concedes the match. While the players prepare for Game 2, if you are in need of singles, be it for Battle Spirit Saga or any other major card game, then head on over to the sponsor of this video, www.kingslayercards.com, and use promo code MDM2023 for 5% off your purchase. That's www.kingslayercards.com, promo code MDM2023, and get 5% off. Also, make sure to like this video if you are enjoying it, and subscribe to the channel for more Battle Spirit Saga content. It helps more than you think. The players are ready, so let's get into Game 2. David is on the play again for Game 2. He plays a Hollow Beast Glass Bear and passes turn. Jacob plays a Dark Lancer Cavalier, draws a card, and passes back. David plays a Frost Tree Goddess Ear, places a core from the Void onto Glass Bear from its effect. He then plays a Mechwing Duck. He sets Goddess to level 2 and enters combat. Attacking with Goddess, Jacob takes the damage, going to 4. David passes turn. Jacob plays a Camelot Knight with the Soul Core. He plays a Rotting Swamp. He sets both of his spirits to level 2 and enters combat. Attacking with Camelot Knight, David blocks with Glass Bear, placing a core from the Void onto it. He then flashes a Dream Bomb, removing the core from Goddess and destroying it to bounce Camelot Knight. Mechwing Duck triggers and gains a core from the Void. Jacob passes turn. David sets Glass Bear to level 2. He plays a Geygarmr at level 2. He passes turn. Jacob replays Camelot Knight. He plays a Dark Knight Aglavale. He plays a Netherworld Depths. He enters combat and attacks with Camelot Knight. David blocks with Glass Bear, gaining a core. Jacob draws from Netherworld. Both spirits are destroyed, and Jacob draws a card from Swamp. Jacob passes turn. David plays a Mech Beast Fortress Nelmengard, and he passes turn. Jacob set a card in the Burst Zone. He plays a Dread Knight Nemesis, removing 2 cores from Cavalier to make Nemesis level 3. He gives Aglavale the Soul Core. He enters combat and attacks with Nemesis, destroying Aglavale to remove 2 cores from Geygarmr. He draws 1 from Aglavale and 1 from Rotting Swamp. David takes the damage, going to 4. Jacob attacks with Cavalier. He then flashes Deadly Balance. David chooses Nelmengard to be destroyed, and Jacob chooses Nemesis. Nemesis triggers, forcing David to destroy another spirit. He destroys Mechwing Duck. Jacob draws from Swamp. David ramps 3 cores and draws 3 cards due to Nelmengard. David takes the damage, going to 3. Jacob passes the turn. David plays an Axe Spider at level 2. He then plays a second Axe Spider at level 2. He sets a card in the Burst Zone. He casts Starbless Draw, drawing 2 cards. He enters combat and attacks with the Axe Spider. Jacob draws from Netherworld's effect. He takes the damage, going to 3. David attacks with the other Axe Spider. Jacob draws again. He takes the damage, going to 2. David passes turn. Jacob plays a Cavalier, drawing a card. He plays Aglavale with the Soul Core. He plays a Camelot Knight. He sets all his spirits to level 2. He enters combat, attacking with Aglavale. David takes the damage, flips Ice Shield, recovering 1, and ending the turn. David plays an Armored Dragon Ship Enterprise at level 3, giving all his spirits armor red, white, and purple. He enters combat, attacks with Axe Spider. Jacob draws a card. Jacob takes the damage and flips an Ice Shield, recovering 1 and ending the turn. Jacob sets a card in his Burst Zone. He sets Netherworld Depths to level 2. He plays a Beldegor. He enters combat and attacks with Beldegor. David blocks with Axe Spider, and Jacob draws a card. Beldegor is destroyed, and Jacob draws from Rotting Swamp. He attacks with Aglavale. David flashes Suppression using the Soul Core and targets Axe Spider and blocks. Aglavale is destroyed, and Jacob draws 2 cards. Jacob passes. David plays a third Axe Spider at level 2. He casts Starblast Draw, drawing 2 cards. David enters combat and attacks with Enterprise. Jacob draws a card, takes the damage, and bursts an Ice Shield. David passes. Jacob sets a card in his burst zone. He plays a Dread Knight Nemesis and sets it to level 2. He enters combat and attacks with the Nemesis, destroying a Cavalier, drawing 2 cards, and a third from Rotting Swamp. He then pulls his cores from Netherworld to play Beldegor from the trash. David blocks with the Axe Spider, and Jacob draws from Netherworld. Jacob attacks with Beldegor. David takes the damage, going to 2. Jacob attacks with Cavalier. David blocks with Axe Spider. Cavalier is destroyed, and Jacob draws 2 from his Nexus. Jacob passes the turn. David plays a Naumengard at level 2. He enters combat and attacks with Enterprise. Jacob draws. He takes the damage and flips Ice Shield, ending the turn. Enterprise refreshes due to its ability. Jacob plays Maduke at level 3. He sets Camelot Knight to level 2. Sets a card in his burst zone. He plays an Aglavale at level 2, taking cores from Camelot, Beldegor, and Nemesis, destroying Beldegor and Nemesis. He enters combat and attacks with Camelot. Blood Curse is active. David blocks with Naumengard, and Jacob draws. Both spirits are destroyed, Blood Curse triggers, and Jacob refreshes Camelot, taking a core from it and a core from David's life into the void. David ramps 3 and draws 3 from Naumengard. He then concedes the match because he couldn't draw the Dream Bomb. Wow, what a game. We hope you enjoyed this match between Jacob and David. If you did, please like and subscribe for more MainDeck Masters content and drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on the match. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.